I guess I think I view it differently too because I'm a creator. So like all of my platforms have my ID and my social and everything because I'm a creator. So they require that information for monetization purposes. So I guess it doesn't bug me. As I've stated, I understand your point of view on it, Hamlet. Alright,
Welcome in, all you awesome folks. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. Let me pause Rosie for just a sec. We'll get back to Rosie in just a minute. But yes, welcome in everybody. My voice is hopefully recharged this week, feeling a little bit better. Got some Girl World for all y'all. Got Quirky Love Rosie live. Was mukbanging a minute ago. I've got Glitter and Lazers with the latest updates, including some really fun updates, I think. Their Valentine's Day update, which is pretty delusional. I've also, what else do I got today? Foodie Beauty just went to the pharmacy earlier. She apparently has yet another boil. And yeah, that's what I got tonight. So hopefully you'll be enjoying it. So let me put the welcome you folks in and then we'll get started. Welcome in, Nutty. Good to see you. Yes, everybody, please be sure to like that stream if you're enjoying it. Welcome in, Canada Cool Pondu. Woohoo! Good to see you. Nirvana, welcome in, friend. Let's see who else we got in here tonight. Little Miss Nat, welcome in. Sarah C. Princess, welcome in. Hopefully everybody's having a great time tonight. I'm feeling pretty good myself. Let's check in on Rosie, see how she's doing. She's enjoying something. She's enjoying eating her meal. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna turn down the music a little.
I'm doing really. It's probably going to be pretty chill, just because the big part's already over. Alright, dude. I've kind of already put the brakes on you a couple times. Please.
She was eating just a minute ago, so we could rewind it, actually, and check some of that out. See what kind of junk food she's eating. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, I think the best part of this, we got to rewind this for the best part. This cooking looks insane.
My anxiety was bad today because my mom had surgery on her face to remove skin cancer. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I think before we get to the glitter and foodie segment for tonight, let's just check out a little bit of Rosie's mukbang action. Because this is some very disordered eating we got here. We want just a bit more so we can see what goes into this meal. Man, she cooks slow. What the hell is she doing? 2 hours? 3 hours? She's been cooking for over 2 hours straight?
And, you know, he's gone live a couple times outside of his Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Let's get a look at her body.
He's sick as fuck, though. Honestly, it's better. The gift is bites.
All right, let me get back to you folks in the chat here. I've been ignoring you folks a little bit.
About what the gift is going to lead to.
Welcome in, JV. Good to see you. OMG, Nutty. that is pretty crazy. Welcome in, Canada Cool. Good to see you. Rosie is cooking some kind of a casserole, it looks like. She spent 2 hours cooking it, so we're gonna have to skip ahead a little bit to actually figure it out.
Roses for Rosie.
Let me speed her up just a little bit.
Like I said, it's not a physical item.
Just so we can kind of get most of the video. Wow, she's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger every time I see her. And let me give a little introduction for anybody watching the replay, anybody just coming in. All the regulars are well aware of this, but Dr. Phil used to be pretty darn heavy. I mean, not heavy compared to somebody like Rosie, But I was a heavy guy. I was near 300 pounds at one point. I'm only about 5'10", so that's pretty good weight on me. So now I'm down to a healthy weight. I'm down to a little under 200 pounds. I'm feeling really good. And I've been maintaining this weight for a few years, and that's part of my my perspective on why I like to talk about the girl worlders and also the guy worlders every now and then when TLC allows me to talk about some of the 600-pound lifers or anybody like that. But yeah, I do like to talk about this. I think it's very important. I think health is important. I don't just like to mock people. I like to, provide some information on how we can help ourselves.
Taylor, I don't know.
But for a little bit of just shockery rather than mockery, Rosie is just gaining at a crazy rate. It's good to see her standing up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I fucked up. That's okay.
Thank you so much, Nutty. I've been holding it off pretty well. I gained back a little bit, but I'm still at a good weight. Still at a good weight.
What? I shared too much, okay? I was gonna wait to talk about this until after Valentine's Day, but I said something without realizing what the follow-up questions were gonna be. So, I mean, yeah. Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, he had to talk to me before he could actually, like...
Rosie's arms have really grown. I remember her arms, they used to not be so tight. They were always very fatty, but they had a little bit of, like, flab. They moved a little bit. Now, these things are rock solid. They're so, like, stuffed full of fat. Like, they don't even move. They barely even jiggle.
He couldn't, like, just surprise me with it,
She has gotten so fat, she barely even jiggles.
Okay.
That is shocking to see.
I need the bacon, the ham, the garlic, the eggs.
She is. This is actually on YouTube, Canada Cool, but she only comes on very infrequently now. She only comes on like maybe once a month.
I might just go ahead and cook some of the salmon because I want to cook it to make salmon cakes with. Thanks, Diego.
She only comes on about once a month now. So
the kind of girl I do love, I've always been that way.
But it's really shocking looking at Rosie. We compare her to somebody like HFC. We compare her even to Glitter and Lazers. They're all giant girls, but they at least you can see where their skin has begun to stretch over time. Rosie is gaining so quickly, her skin can't even stretch out fast enough to accommodate it. That's absolutely a shocking rate of inflation. She reminds me of Violet Beauregard from Willy Wonka. Anybody remember that?
The behemoth of an onion.
The blueberry girl?
Onion, bacon, ham, pan.
Rosie's been eating that
ham, onion, eggs,
everlasting gobstoppers.
Oregano, basil, garlic, onion powder.
I love having her sped up because she moves more like the pace of a regular person. Holy crap.
All right. Cutting board.
She lifts up she doesn't have an armpit anymore. Like she lifts up her arm and there's still no, it's still hanging down. This is shocking how much bigger she's gotten. Look how tight this outfit is. Look how tight, like everything about her is tight. Like it's just absolutely shocking how much weight she's put on in a short amount of time. Like I didn't even realize it because we used to see her a lot more often. Now that we only see her like once a month, she must have put on at least 50 pounds.
Knife, bowl, fork.
At least 40. At least 40 pounds, probably more.
Okay.
My God.
God, Rosie. I'm gonna.
She's completely out of breath already.
What did I say? I said something I haven't grabbed yet.
I mean, these arms are just exploding out at this point. They're bursting out. She's got to be dating a feeder because there's no way she's dating a normal guy.
Knife.
Oh, and just to give everybody, let everybody know, we got some Glitter and Lasers coming up shortly. and we've got some foodie beauty as well. But I want to cover little Rosie since she's live.
This is clean, so it should be in here. Yeah, buddy.
She's got a new boyfriend, by the way, I should add. His name is Remy.
Paper plates.
She talks about how good he treats her. So he must be a feeder, because there's no way. I mean, I shouldn't say no way, but I just can't imagine her having a normal boyfriend.
Done.
Like it's like, I'm not saying that it's impossible to be attracted to somebody big, but for somebody as big as Rosie, it's just hard to imagine that he wouldn't be a feeder.
I've got some butter right there to cook the. Well, I probably won't need butter. I have bacon grease.
I mean, Rosie's
Hi,
whole
guys.
death style revolves
Sorry
around
about
food.
Let me catch up with the chat.
Yeah, he must be.
He's not coming into the live tonight. He's got other stuff. He's got other plans.
She's gonna burst faster.
I don't want to hear anything about foodie at all, please. Actually, in this chat, thank you. Of course, I'm gonna make my famous grape salad.
It's shocking to see her. I mean, I'm being repetitive, but for anybody just coming in, Rosie's out of breath. She's only been standing up for just a few minutes, maybe.
So, yeah. I knew it. A few streams ago, you said.
Oh, and that reminds me. Somebody in the chat is mentioning how Rosie's so hypocritical about her, quote, community post. She made some posts the other day about some political issues, and I don't remember exactly what she said, but I remember going through it. And again, I don't want to be political, so I'm intentionally trying to keep it a little vague. I don't want to stir up any emotions or anything. But she didn't even get the information correct in her post. She had the facts were not correct. She talked about how upsetting it was for her that other people were struggling with some issues and how terrible things were and how badly it was affecting her. And all she just totally made everything about her, about how, oh my God, I'm suffering so much personally because of all these problems in the country, and I'm personally breaking down and I can't go live because of it. It was just so performative. It was so self-centered. It was just so typical of Rosie, trying to make it sound like she was so concerned about others, but it was really just an opportunity to talk about her own feelings. Her own victimhood, her own perceived victimhood.
It depended on logistics, so that kind of implies travel, right? You clocked me, Hamlet. Damn, you clocked me there. I won't be live on Valentine's Day. I'll be spending the day with him. Thank you, Thiago.
I think it is. Nirvana.
Yeah, Keisha's so good.
Some kind of salad. We're gonna fast forward a little bit.
Cheese! Oh my God, that's what I was forgetting, girlfriend. Thank you.
We're gonna fast forward a little bit to see what she's actually making. Well, she's polyamorous, Nirvana. Rosie's polyamorous. So just because she's got a man doesn't mean she's exclusive. So, don't want to break any hearts of Valentine's Day is coming up. She's still available, technically. She can go to Canada, room with foodie. Yeah, technically, I guess.
Rosie,
and respect Canada. Cool. I personally totally. I believe there's a shoe for every foot. That's one of my favorite expressions. There's a shoe for every foot. I think that what everybody finds beautiful is up to them. I think that there's such a thing as health, which I think is important beyond just what you might find attractive. And I think that's where feeders have a problem, because for them it's a sickness, because it goes beyond what they find attractive to the point of somebody physically being harmed from that level of obesity. When you get as big as Rosie, that's gonna ruin your life. That's not about what you want to look like. But I digress.
Soup looks so good. I made it for I made some.
So let's fast forward to where she actually cooks, because this is a long stream. We're gonna be here all night if we watch the whole thing.
Really close.
So she's chopping onions.
I need to buy more.
She's going to shed more tears than you're going to see. Glitter and Lazers is going to cry a bunch in tonight's video. She's going to cry for 10 minutes straight in one of these videos. Sniffling, crying. You're going to see more videos and Rosie more tears in Rosie chopping this onion than you're going to see in all of Glitter and Lazers crying.
I need a white cream and black cream or gel base product to really get the full versatile use of my palettes. I need a white matte, like a very pigmented white matte eyeshadow shade. Like I need those things to
When
be.
she said she needed a white cream and a black cream to get the full use of her palette, I thought she meant like her mouth, like in order to taste. She needed like different types of creams in order to taste them all.
Able to properly utilize what I already own, for the kind of
Of
look
course, she realized she means makeup, but it took me a minute to realize
I want
that.
to go for. So I'll get them eventually because like I just quite frankly I have much higher financial priority needs than makeup right now. So, yeah, but yeah, it's just weird, like when life is good but also hard. You know, because life is always hard, right? So that's the thing is like I'm trying to focus on the positives and focus on the good things, and not let others detract from that. You know, I think I'm doing an okay job.
Don't sweat it, Nirvana. It's. I think that there's a big difference between having your priorities and focusing on what's important to you, and being somebody like Rosie who's desperately chasing after men all the time and measures her worth by whether or not she has a man. That kind, you know what I mean? Like if your entire goal in life is to have a boyfriend, then if you don't have one, you kind of are a failure. But if you're a normal person who has goals and who has a full life and you have other things that matter to you, you know, that's not all that matters, right? Like it really isn't. Like I know some guys, they get like all upset, like they think, oh my God, I don't have a girlfriend. You know, those incel types, they get all crazy. They think if I just had a girlfriend, it would fix everything. You gotta have a healthy, full life, and then other people will just kind of fall into it when the time is right. Hopefully. That's my advice. Not that I am any kind of expert. Respect Canada, cool. And
Hello, Tam's dad.
And when I say to anybody out there, if anybody really, you know, wants to see some change, then go out there and make the change. Don't just whine about it online like Rosie, right? That's the worst to me. Somebody like that.
Oh, thank you for saying this is beautiful. I don't know if I read that earlier.
Oh, geez.
Makes a milky. Yeah, I think I've used that milky white pencil before.
Apologies, everybody, but for some reason, StreamYard does not keep up on the chat. Like it's so far behind that I just see like it just loaded up a whole bunch of chats. Let me catch up.
Or I'd like to get it. It's not expensive. Again, right? I'm in a state right now where every single dollar fucking matters. So yeah, I don't want to get into it, but and in the future, I'm gonna
respect, Miss Nat. I'm the same way. I know what my favorite part of Valentine's is the day after and going and buying a box of not a box. I don't buy a whole box, sounds like too much, but you know what I mean, like a little box of chocolate on the after Valentine's Day because it's all on sale. You can get a whole little thing of chocolate for cheap. Oh, and actually, you know what? Let me give y'all some practical advice. Speaking from the perspective of a guy who's gone out, you know, and done the dating thing and done like the bar scene and all that. That maybe Valentine's Day is like the day that you're hoping like I don't know. Valentine's Day is very romantic, but in my experience, if you just want to like go out on a date and you want to like go out and meet somebody, the best day of the year is St. Patrick's Day. And I know St. Patrick's Day is, when is St. Patrick's Day? I think actually might be coming up. But St. Patrick's Day is the best day of the year to go out to the bar. That's like when you like the most, as a guy, that's when I would always find like the most women at the bar. And I would assume that for women, it's probably when you're going to find the most guys at the bar. Because that's just like the day when, well, at least for white people, maybe. I don't know. at least for me. So I would always find to go out on St. Patrick's Day.
Hey, Amanda.
Darn right, Nirvana.
Happy to have you around, girlfriend.
100%.
I've missed you guys. So yeah, right now I am just trying to like, you know, be more consistent on YouTube. Like that's my main focus right now. Good seeing you again, Quirky. Been a while since I've been here. Yeah, it's good to see you too, dude. Do any of those makeup products you want on your wish list? Not yet. Probably should do that. But I think I do have some, but I don't have the specific product.
And I'll say another thing here about dating. It's good, you know, to have like some experience and like be in relationships a little bit, but it's not good to have too much experience because it can make you jaded. It can burn you out. So just having lots of dates and lots of partners is not necessarily a good thing.
That I want that I'm talking about yet. Would you do makeup tutorials on live? Hell yeah, I would. I've done one recently on Twitch. There's like one, my last, recently as in like 2 weeks ago. I've been thinking about doing it again. Writing has been so healing.
March 17th is St. Patrick's. Thank you so much,
The good
Canada
news is
Cool.
most of my writing, I'm typing on my phone. Like poetry and stuff, I do it in my notes app on my phone. That helps with my hand pain. Also, typing on the...
Rosie has hand pain now, too. She's always talking about her flare-ups, and it's just shocking to me. And I don't deny that Rosie has pain, because I believe she has pain. I mean, take a look at her. She's obviously in pain. But how much of that is just from her obesity? How much of that is from her terrible diet? How much of that is from sitting in that chair all day? I mean, just she's doing everything she can to cause herself pain, to put her body in a compromised position, to cause inflammation. She's doing everything she can to maximize all of that. And then she talks about how she has all these flare-ups and she can't do anything because of the pain. And it just feels very self-defeating. It feels very feels very much like she wants to embrace a victim mentality. That's what I get out of Rosie a lot. And I think we see it to a greater or lesser extent among most of the girls, but I see it a lot in Rosie.
Keyboard's not too shabby. I have a limitation with what I can do for hand journaling, which sucks, but...
Okay. And again, I don't know for a fact, everybody's different, but the way that Rosie spends like 2 hours straight meal prepping, like 7 days a week, I have to call into question her pain in her hands, because she doesn't seem to have any difficulty using her hands to do all these repetitive motions of cooking and chopping and lifting up heavy pots and pans and lifting a spoon to her mouth hundreds of times a day. She doesn't seem to struggle with any of this. But journaling that's a step too far.
I have like a limit of how many pages I can do in a setting, but typing it on my phone, because my phone has a pop socket, so that really helps, honestly, like a lot for my hand fatigue. But it does get to a point sometimes where I'm like, okay.
Is it possible her hands are fatigued because she spends 2 hours a day using them to cook and eat? She literally spends hours every day cooking and eating with her hands. Is that possible? That is what causes her hand pain? I mean, if it makes sense.
I also, depending on the way I'm writing, like...
Welcome in, Nurly Ferriston, 6361.
This just made me realize I want to...
Hope you're having a great night.
Hold on a second.
And let me read something. This chat is not loading. Hold on a second here. This chat is not catching up for me. My apologies, folks.
That sounded crunchy. Anyway. Yeah, so, yeah, man. I mean, right now in this moment, like my hands, they hurt a little bit, but I'm not like boo-hooing about it, you know? Because sometimes the pain be a lot, but it just depends on like different factors and like what, because the biggest trigger for my hand pain is like fine motor function, like pinching things. Like that's why I had such a difficult time with the dinner rolls.
Wow, so making the dinner rolls, hand pain, pinching in her hands. I can sorry, let me see some of your comments here on the other page. I can't highlight them because StreamYard isn't working, but I can at least see them over here. These women have no shame talking about their health conditions. I'd be embarrassed. That's why these women are not yeah, right? It's shameless the way Rosie sits there chopping for hours at a time, complaining how much pain her hands are in. Let me get the
that I made on Christmas. Yeah.
You might be right, Miss Nat. I never thought of it like that, but you're probably right.
I know that my last live
I
was
just know we used to find a lot of white girls on St. Patrick's Day. That's when I always find plenty
for everybody. Like
plenty of women
that
out
type
there.
of content is just not for you, and I don't have a problem with that. But I just want to say that was one of my most favorite things I've ever done on the internet. I had so much fun, and I felt like I was expressing myself in ways that I don't normally let myself. Like, don't let myself.
Oh, the other reason I like St. Patrick's Day is because when you go to the bar, a lot of times, like the people at the bar, and not to disrespect them, anybody who goes to the bar regularly, because some people go to the bar regularly and it's a lot of fun. But there's also people who go to the bar a little too much, if you know what I mean. And on St. Patrick's Day and holidays in general, you tend to get people who don't go to the bar so often. Like they're only going once in a while. So you get a chance to meet, people who aren't like always there. So there's a bigger crowd.
I like the last live. Yeah, Buddha, thank you so much. You were so supportive. I really appreciate it. I had so much fun, and like knowing.
Oh, I think the hand pain is why she can't really wash her hair. That's why her hair's so greasy. She can't, her hands hurt too much from chopping onions.
About Remy and like seeing him open up like that was really cool. It's so sweet. I had such a good time.
But seriously, how is she, if she has all this hand pain, how is she able to chop these onions like this? I don't get it.
I was so happy. And I want to do more content like that in the future. So, like, if there are aspects of certain content that I make that you don't like, I totally understand. Just, you're always welcome to come back to the ones that you do. I try to title my lives in a way where you can kind of tell what the general vibe is. So
let's fast forward a little bit, because this, like I said, this is like a 2-hour-long thing. So let's fast forward a little bit. She's chopping up, it looks like ham. Let me see what she got here.
It's getting close, but if you're
So hold on a second. So this girl with all this hand pain, literally, she starts chopping food and preparing food at, what is that, 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. She chops, cooks, and preps until there's 30 minutes left. So over 100 minutes straight of preparing food with her
halal
horribly sore painful hands.
But here, for you, light pink, here we go.
All right, so let's see what else she's got here. So the food itself, as far as onions and ham, that's healthy. Nothing wrong with onions and ham. Let's see what else she's got in here.
We got the onion and ham done. Okay. Grown man behavior. Beautiful people. Yeah, you're having a great time with him. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, so she's going to add eggs. So far, this is kind of healthy. Onions, ham, and eggs, not a bad choice. I mean, the ham might be a little salty, but overall, this is not a bad choice by Rosie standards. So we got all these eggs. That's a lot of eggs, to be fair. That's a lot of egg yolks, which I'm not sure is the best choice for Rosie, but okay, she's adding milk. Let's see how much milk she uses.
Okay, you get a pass. Hey, Roxy. We've been live for just about an hour. We're whipping together a quiche. Hey, Brittany. Are you staying with him for a while? I mean, I'm gonna be there for a hot minute. Not crazy long, but
so pretty good amount of milk
to make some.
Nothing wrong with adding some milk. And I'm going to kind of skip through this just a little bit because I want to get to Glitter and Lasers. So let's see what else she makes. So she adds the milk. She adds some soy sauce and stuff. I'm just trying to see more of the calories. So she add a lot of oil? Not really.
To freeze.
What's this here? Bacon?
A bacon to freeze.
Yeah, so she's adding pounds of bacon.
One thing is
here.
something I've never made before, so that's making me a little nervous.
That's kind of killing the recipe for health-wise.
I'm gonna slow cook barbecue pulled pork in his slow cooker.
So how much bacon is she making? It looks like over a pound.
There is.
You can see it here. That's a lot of freaking bacon. Holy crap. That is a lot of freaking bacon. That's over a pound, it looks like.
Get out, then cook the onion, then mix it, and then do the ham if you want to get it.
That is a lot of freaking bacon.
First things first.
Okay, so she puts it in the crust. There. I couldn't even tell you how many calories is in this.
And I just kind of like.
I couldn't even tell you. This is like just so many. This is literally thousands of calories. thousands of calories because she's adding an entire bag of cheese as well.
Move the meat around a little bit to get the egg to go fully saturated to the bottom of the crust, and just kind of like move it around. Bruh, I'm
more cheese on top.
Hungry, dog. Not a lot, just a little bit.
Then she eats this giant cup of rice with butter. Spills the butter.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. We're moving on. It's fine. It's my kitchen. No one else is eating it. Fight me in the comments if you must.
All right, so she eats this giant thing of butter. Then she adds the bacon to it.
Who's bizarre on the
So what she does here is she eats half of the rice with butter. Then she takes the
plans
bacon and the grease and she throws that into the rice.
Did I already salt this? I'm gonna try something. I don't think I salted it. Oh, that's really good.
Is it any wonder why she's getting bigger and bigger and bigger?
Buttered rice is just
so I want to say, I kind of want to skip ahead a little bit. So she continues to eat the bacon and stuff, and then she just kind of seals out.
All right.
Just starts burping and laying around like this.
Is there any like good news in the world today? Any has anything interesting happened in the past, I don't know, 24, 48 hours? Because I feel like I've been kind of disconnected from the world at large. Cheese, but it also could be the mixture I made.
So then she finishes the pie. Is she going to eat the pie? Of course she's going to eat the pie.
Drain the bacon, because that could have really...
Oh, let's get Glitter and Lasers on while she gets started eating the pie.
Greasy.
Because it's time for Glitter and Lasers.
You guys know I could be
I got a lot of Glitter and Lasers tonight.
All right, friends. Also, I want to tell you, one of the main reasons I was like really into wanting to make a quiche is I discovered this unintentional fire combo. A slice of a cheesy...
Okay, so we got Glitter and Lasers shilling a new product. She's got a new product, a turmeric supplement, a joint health supplement. Apparently, Glitter and Lasers at her current weight is having some kind of joint problems, believe it or not. Who would have ever thought that, right? So here she is in showing off her more camels than foodie. Here we go.
I believe I just did that.
Today I'm doing a hike that I've always been a little bit nervous to do. And as you know, this year is about me living my life to the fullest. So I'm making sure to prepare so my body has what it needs to show up for me. I'm packing extra water, snacks, and my proactive support from Tylenol. I'm also stretching before I hit the trail to make sure I'm properly warmed up. I've been taking proactive support plus stress from the makers of Tylenol.
All right, proactive support from the makers of Tylenol
as part of my wellness routine.
I don't want to, and I want to say up front, I'm not familiar with this supplement personally, so I cannot endorse or discredit this supplement as to whether it's good or it's bad. I'm not personally familiar with it.
A drug-free supplement that improves your joint comfort and flexibility with clinically proven ingredients like turmeric and tamarind. It also includes the lithium extract, which...
Now, the only supplement I'm familiar with for joint health is chondroitin and glucosamine, which I believe does have some positive effect. It's limited, but it does have some effect from my understanding.
Promotes calmness to help your body manage occasional stress. My joint comfort is something that I'm always going to have to think about and prioritize. And proactive support is something I can take every day to help me do that. It provides improved joint comfort in just 5 days, so I keep moving and trying new things. I've learned that doing little things every day is really the key to making
improved joint comfort in just 5 days. Is that a claim that they can verify?
Making the big things you want to do in life possible. So with a solid daily routine to keep me moving, I can do hard things.
I can't believe it.
Okay, so now let's break this down a little bit. But before we do, let me share a little bit of information about the supplement itself. So I've got this here from Kiwi Farms, who was kind enough to save these pictures for us. Let me share that. Let me go through the chat a little bit. Darn right, Nirvana. Right? Buttered rice, just straight grease and carbs. Very little protein. I mean, rice is not like the worst stuff by itself, but just butter on rice is not a good dinner. It's not a good dinner. It's an okay side dish. And respect, Nutty. Happiness has to come from within. I totally believe that, and it could take time. It could take time. It could take a lot of things, but respect on having their mind in the right place. That's the most important part, and that's the first part. That leads, everything else comes from that. So let's look at Glitter and Lazers, because that's a good example of somebody whose mind is not in the right place. This is somebody whose mind is not taking them to where they need to be. Why I love proactive support from Tylenol. Improve joint comfort and flexibility in as little as 5 days. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. In fairness, every health supplement has that same disclaimer on it. Drug-free supplement, powered by turmeric and tamarind. It's also gluten and sugar-free, so it plays well with other health stuff I'm managing. Only 1 pill a day. It's easy to incorporate into my routine. Since when did she have gluten sensitivity? I was not aware of that. And sugar-free, since when was Anna not eating sugar? That's a new one. Since when did Anna cut sugar out of her diet? Only 1 pill a day. That's certainly good. As for the supplement itself, let's take a look at it in a minute. But let's hear her testimony once more.
Today I'm doing a hike that I've always been a little bit nervous to do. And as you know, this year is about me living my life to the fullest. So I'm making sure to prepare so my body has what it needs to show up for me. I'm packing extra water, snacks.
Let's look at the supplement itself here. Proactive Support Muscle and Joint Supplements, makers of Tylenol. Turmeric and tamarind cucumber extract. 30 capsules or 30 caplets. Supply. When it comes to these kind of supplements, my belief in general is it matters how much they cost. And this may sound silly, but to hear me out. If they're cheap enough, it doesn't really matter if they work. You get what I'm saying? Like if it's like only like 10 cents a day for the pills, then it's worth a try, right? Like if it works, great. If it doesn't cost you anything. If it's like $1 per pill, then you got to be a little more selective about it. You got to ask yourself, is this really working? Is this something that really, can I really justify the cost here? Because there's other things I could be buying with that money. You could be buying protein powder. You could be buying a gym membership. I mean, maybe you already have those things, but I'm just using that as an example of the opportunity cost for these kind of supplements. So if they're inexpensive, then I think they're usually a pretty good deal as long as they're safe. When they get more expensive, I tend to be more skeptical. And it may sound silly on first glance, but I think that's a fair way to look at it. The more expensive it is, the more skeptical I'm going to be, because the more skeptical I should be. So let's see what else she has to say about these supplements here. I'm so excited to live big this year, as opposed to every other year. You know what, Glitter? I hate to say it. You're going to die big. Maybe not this year, but you're going to die big some year. You live big, you'll die. You're going to die big. As I take on new adventures, such as type 2 diabetes, I'm making sure to prepare so my body has what it needs to show up for me. Like a wheelchair. Part of my new routine includes taking Proactive. Yeah, your skin absolutely needs Proactive. Proactive support from Tylenol. She needs the pills. It's a new line of drug-free muscle and joint supplements. Well, you certainly need less drugs. With turmeric and tamarind. Supporting my body each day means I'm ready to go take on each new challenge. Wonderful, Glitter and Lasers. Wonderful. I'm happy for you. So let's look at some more of her videos shilling this product. And make no mistake, she's shilling this product because she doesn't care if it works. That's why I say shilling, not selling. She doesn't care in the slightest if this works. In fact, if she knew for a fact that this product did not work and that it was harmful, she would still be advertising it. As we saw with everything else, as all the other snake oils, she's been so quick to peddle, like lipedema for people who are 600, lipedema liposuction for people 600 pounds. What were the other snake oils she peddled? The Copilot app that never did a darn thing for her. In fact, it got her in the worst shape of her life, and she swore by it. Sold it to how many people?
I just woke up, so excuse the hair.
It actually looks like she may have washed it a day, like just a day or two ago. So that's no need to excuse your hair, Anna. It's as good as it's ever looked.
I thought it would be fun to show you guys what I do in the morning to kind of help myself move better. As you guys know, I have a
Take a handful of pain pills.
ton of fitness goals this year, and I've changed my morning routine to kind of support that.
Okay, so she's not actually. So I guess instead of being this is what they call a cliffhanger in Hollywood. This is a cliffhanger. How do you keep an idiot in suspense?
Good morning. I just woke up, so excuse the hair. I thought it would be fun to show you guys what I do in the morning to kind of help myself move better. As you guys know, I have a ton of.
No, I'm joking. Actually, there's another video. I found it. All right, here we go.
I start my morning with a leisurely walk to wake up my muscles and
I believe it's leisurely, but I don't believe you start every day with a walk.
get things moving with my pup Data. Then I head back home and drink a liter of water with electrolytes because I dehydrate during.
I could have swore I gotta go on QE Farms for the proof, but I'm pretty sure she has somebody who walks Data. Like she has a professional dog walker who regularly walks her dog. She doesn't get up and walk her dog every day. She has somebody who does it for her.
Morning with a leisurely walk to wake up my muscles and get things moving with my pup Data. Then I head back home and drink a liter of water with electrolytes because I dehydrate during the night. And last but definitely not.
Dehydrate during the night? Is that normal? I'm trying to think. Does that happen to me? I drink a lot of fluids. In fairness, I drink a lot of fluids, but the only time I would get dehydrated at night was back when I used to drink alcohol. Yeah, in fact, you know something? That would be a really good explanation for why somebody would be dehydrated at night, drinking alcohol. Because most people, they tend to drink like too much fluid before they go to bed, and they end up waking up in the middle of the night and having to go to the bathroom. So to be dehydrated when you go to sleep, unless you've been like just working all day and you haven't had a chance, and you just haven't had a chance to drink anything, you've just been so busy, it's probably from drinking alcohol.
Not least, I take proactive support from the makers of Tylenol to help my joint health.
I just wonder, well, actually take that back. I could see why Tylenol chose her as their brand ambassador. Because if you don't know anything about Anna, you might be tricked into thinking that she doesn't have a lot of pain. You might watch this advertisement and think, wow, look at the size of her. And look how she moves around. This must be an amazing supplement. But the truth is, Anna's moved like this long before she ever took this crap. This is something that she added into her diet, like a day ago? She hasn't even taken it 4 or 5 days yet. She wants to talk about how it works in 5 days. It's a brand new thing. She's never used it until recently. But if you don't know that, you could be tricked into thinking, oh my goodness, this 600-pound woman is able to walk around. It must be the Tylenol supplement. So I can see why they chose her as a marketer. But that doesn't mean I like it. Doesn't mean it's a good thing. But I can at least understand it. At least it makes sense to me. Okay, let's see what else we got in the chat here. And my apologies if the chat is not caught up. I know that StreamYard's been a little funky today. Hopefully it is. I think so, Canada Cool. In fact, I think that Glitter doesn't wash her CPAP machine. I think that's because at least up until recently, her acne her blemishes would always be in a ring around her mouth. She would have them on her forehead and around her cheeks as well, all over her face, but especially right in that ring around her mouth. That was just like permanently inflamed. So I think that's what it's the main cause, but I do agree. And I think she also picks at her face a lot. I think she does that as well. Holy crap, Canada Cool Pondu, 40, big super chat, $49.99. Woohoo. Thank you so much, Canada Cool Pondu. That's very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Canada Cool Pondu with a big super chat. Everything about Anna is a facade. a fake front for the internet. She is so fake. And every post is a lie. I know that sounds harsh, but it's just the way it is. Candidate Cool, you're dead on. You're dead on. I mean, look at what you just posted about that new supplement. I take this supplement for my joint pain. You just started taking it like 2 days ago. And you're going to tell everybody that this is the reason you're able to move around. She has to know how to be authentic. Or if she does know how to be authentic, it's only so that she can avoid doing it. But I couldn't agree more. A complete facade, everything she does, a big front. It's all a big lie. It's all for the camera. It's all for the social media. It's all for the gram, as they like to say, right? But thank you again, Canada Cool. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated for the big super chat. Welcome in Story Time with Uncle Kumaro. Anna's body, it's absolutely shocking. We're going to see a picture in a minute that shows, in particular, quite how bad it's gotten. And we're going to be able to compare with 3 years ago, before her liposuction. And you tell me if you see any real difference, because I certainly don't. Miss Nat, that is dead on. In fact, that's part of why I watch the Gorls every week. Even if I didn't do this stream, I would be watching somebody else's. There's plenty of other great streamers out there. We'll just say that. I'm not going to start naming them this minute, but there's plenty out there. But yeah, I'd be watching it because this stuff helps me to keep myself honest. Like I put in the title tonight, I'm an ex-fat. I guess I'm in remission, you could say. I still struggle sometimes to keep the weight off, but I'm in a pretty good, healthy place. I'm down over 80 pounds from when I was at my heaviest. I'm at a healthy body weight now. And yeah, I think that watching people like Glitter and Lazers is a great way to keep yourself honest. Dead on, dead on. All right, so let's get back to the video here real quick. So let's go back to that first one that we had where she's advertising the product here, because I think this is really says it all. Like Canada Cool just said, she's a total fake. Let's watch this again.
And my proactive support from Tylenol. I'm also stretching before I hit the trail to make sure I'm properly warmed up.
Let's watch a little bit about her form here just for a second, because this is kind of funny. This is
always been
you know, we already analyzed how she's a big fake, but let's just look at how absurd she looks.
A little bit nervous to do. And as you know, this year.
Okay, we got her swinging a punch here at this thing with just a shocking body shape, like Uncle Kumaran said a minute ago. Just you can see how like fuzzy and how blurry and filtered this is. You can't even see where her body ends and where the background begins, but you can still tell that she's absolutely massive. And when she threw that punch, she had a ton of body weight behind it, but she looked incredibly imbalanced. And I mean, maybe she doesn't throw a lot of punches, but I think it's just a factor of how huge she is. Let's look at it again, see her throw the punch.
And as you know, this year is
not that bad of a punch, to be fair. Not
about
that bad
me
of a
living
punch.
my life to the fullest. So I'm making sure to prepare so my body has.
This is shocking. Then again, this is all filtered. I've got some unfiltered pictures later.
Has what it needs to show up for me. I'm packing extra water, snacks, and my proactive support from Tylenol. I'm also stretching before I hit.
Her inability to lift her leg because of the obstruction provided by her fupa is it's shocking. And I know what it's like to have restricted movement. I used to do karate when I was younger, and I was chubby, and I remember it definitely made it harder. It definitely made it harder. You hit the ground harder. You don't have the same flexibility. And because I wanted to get better at karate, I had to lose some weight. Back when I tried to ride the skateboard, I had to lose a little weight so I could be able to ride it a little bit better. Not that I ever got good at it, but the point is, even just doing it, you have to acknowledge the reality of physics.
I'm also stretching before I hit the trail to make sure I'm properly.
Like, what kind of a stretch is that? She can't even lift her leg up.
Before I hit.
That stretch is not doing anything.
I'm also stretching.
There's no way that she is lifting her leg high enough to stretch any muscle in her leg. There's no stretching going on here. This is just a pose.
Before
That's not
I
stretching
hit
much
the
of
trail
anything.
to make sure I'm properly warmed up. I've been taking Proactive Support Plus Stress from the makers of Tylenol once a day as part of my wellness routine. It's a drug-free supplement that improves your joint comfort and flexibility with clinically proven ingredients
If I didn't know better, I would think that these are videos she had from earlier and she reused them.
like turmeric and tamarind. It also includes the lithium extract, which promotes calmness to help your body.
Look at how heavily her feet are hitting the ground. Look at this.
Tamarind. It also includes the lithium.
Look at her knees. They're completely stiff. She is punishing those knees. Look at this.
It also includes
bam, bam, bam. You could like hear the impact with each. You could see the impact traveling through her body.
lithium extract, which promotes calmness to help your body manage.
And she's going downhill. This is downhill. This is easier. And you can see the impact going through her body with each step.
Occasional stress. My joint comfort is something that I'm always going to have to think about and prioritize.
Just those knees are so darn stiff.
And Proactive Support is something I can take every day to help me do that. It provides improved joint comfort in just 5 days.
She wants us to believe that she walks 3 miles every day. Does this look like somebody who could walk even 1 mile without collapsing? I mean, maybe she could, but I can't imagine how much pain her knees must be in.
So I keep moving and trying new things. I've learned that doing little things every day is really the key to making the big things you want to do in life possible. So with a solid daily routine, life possible.
And look at that calf. I just can't get over how this one calf has, one side has a little bit of an ankle and the other one has none.
So with a solid daily routine to keep me moving.
This reminds me of Glitter and Lazers when she's in the gym right here. This massive flowing. This is a metaphor for her doing squats in the gym right here. This water spraying out with her legs out.
Solid daily routine to keep me moving. I can do hard things.
She needs a routine to keep her bowels moving. I've got a feeling. Okay, let's look at another video. Okay, let's get another video. Her thighs are bigger than her thighs are bigger than most tree trunks. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm not trying to mock her just for being big, but I gotta point out just how shockingly big Glitter and Lazers is when she claims that she can't lose any weight. When she claims that she's been exercising and dieting and walking miles for years and she's had no real progress. So that's part of why I call her out. If she was, if she had lost a bunch of weight and she looked like this, I would be a lot more sympathetic. But this is not somebody who's done their best to get healthy and this is the results. This is somebody who lies and claims they're trying to get healthy and is in reality punishing their body every chance they get. It's sad and it's a big lie. Canada cool? I don't think it's good for her. I think that she leans forward far enough that it kind of offsets some of the weight from her knees where it's not too bad. But I still don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. I think she's setting herself up for even more pain. I mean, Glitter and Lasers is not that old yet. She's still young enough where she's not really going to pay the price just yet. Welcome in, City Eater X. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great evening there. Thank you so much for coming by. So let's go on to some more videos here. So we talked here about Glitter and Lazers shilling these pills. And again, I'm not here to discredit the pills. Maybe they're good pills, but what I am going to discredit is Glitter and Lazers telling everybody how great they are when she's only used them for like 1 day. She hasn't really used them for long enough to say if they're good. She's lying when she says that they're what she uses to feel good because she hasn't used them long enough to even say that. Let's show a video here of Glitter and Lazers working out. One of my big criticisms of her workouts is not even her form, because we can go over her form a lot, but it's more than just the form. I don't like her workout. I think her strongman-centered workout, strong woman-centered workout is a bad choice. I don't think it's helping her. I think it's increasing her strength, which is not a bad thing, but it's also increasing her mass. Like it's increasing the mass of her hips and her thighs. And I don't think that's providing any real physical benefit for her. I think she should focus on trying to get her weight down, on trying to reduce her girth so she can increase her flexibility. because that is really what, if you look at her lifts, the weight that she's lifting is not that bad. She doesn't really need to focus on increasing the weight. What is bad is her range of motion. She can't properly complete the lift because she's not able to flex her body in the ways necessary to complete the lift, to technically complete the lift. So if she wants to get better at this, and when I say better, I mean in an objective sense, if she wants to get better in the most I just lost the word for it. She wants to get better in the most analytical way possible. She needs to do so by improving her form and her range of motion. And the easiest way to do that is to cut down her body weight. That's going to have the single biggest impact on her performance. But what does she do? More deadlifts. Because more deadlifts are somehow, that's the answer to her problems. She's got this giant fupa. She can barely bend over. She can barely breathe. She's pissing herself in the gym because she has so much intra-abdominal pressure. And for anybody, I've explained that in previous episodes. I'll go over that in a minute again. But she has so much intra-abdominal pressure that she's become incontinent in the gym. Instead of doing something to correct that, she just does more deadlifts because that's somehow going to fix all of her problems. But let's watch her do these deadlifts that are absolutely pointless.
I am a star. I'm a star.
Oh, there's somebody giving a quote from a movie. I don't even know. I don't even want to let it play because it's probably copyrighted. But it's stupid, so whatever. All right. It's just somebody giving a quote and her prepping to do a deadlift. I guess we can listen to it. The audio.
I am a big, bright, shining star. I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a star. I am a big, bright...
And of course she has the belt, double belted. This, and when I say double belted, I guess technically she's not double belted, but she's using this 2-layer, ultra heavy duty professional powerlifter belt. That is absolutely double layered. It's basically a double belt. She's using this thing, and it's so tight she can barely even breathe. It's absolutely restricting her range of motion. It's pushing her fupa down between her legs, making it impossible for her to bend over all the way. But that's how she prepares for a heavy lift.
Shining star.
She's a big shining star, and she's about to go supernova and burn everybody near her. I think that was a good turn of phrase. But what does she actually look like in the gym? Here's a candid picture from somebody else's Instagram. Yeah, look at that, right? We got more. Hold on. Oh, here's her meal prep. Do anybody think here, does anybody here think that Anna really does meal prep? Well, here is the proof. Look at this. This looks like rice from an Uncle Ben's ready bag. And this refried beans looks like it came straight out of a can. And I'm not here to dog people who work all day and they don't have time to prepare home-cooked meals. I absolutely understand what that's like. I totally respect that. I sympathize. I understand. For people in that situation, it can be very difficult to have fresh home-cooked meals, and you got to do what you got to do. Anna has nothing but free time. She sits on her butt all day. She loves to cook, as she says. She loves to eat, as she says. Why are you just pouring food from a can into a dish and calling it meal prep? Like, that's not actually saving any time. Like, it's actually taking more time. Take food out of the can and put it in this tray so that you can microwave it a second time. Wouldn't it have been faster just to take it straight out of the can in the first place? And if she did make this from scratch, this is some of the most unappetizing food I've seen. It looks worse than food out of a can. So if she actually made this from scratch, shame on you, Anna. This is incredibly bad. I don't know what's more disappointing, this food or the fact that you can get fat from it. Because anybody who got fat eating stuff like this is a true food addict and a masochist. Like, you'd think that somebody who gets that fat would at least have some tasty foods, some tasty recipes of their own, right? May eat some delicious, yummy foods at some point. But no. It's just crap out of a can, covered with cheese from a bag. All right, so here we go. Anna's latest workshop here. Here is a video from her with her new coach, or one of her new coaches, rather. She's got a bunch of different new coaches. This one was traveling, did a one-time training seminar, and Anna was able to be there and attend it. So let's watch this training seminar.
Letting just changed my life. Let's talk about it.
That was Hannah Coldiron, a literal badass, and today she is teaching an axle and sandbag workshop. Now, I still have stuff to work.
Is that even safe? Is that even how you're supposed to lift that? Because that looks safe for your back to just lift it straight up like that with your back stiff and your knees stiff. Is that how you're supposed to lift this? I'm going to slow this down just a little bit.
Workshop.
That does not look safe. Does that look safe to anybody? That looks so incredibly dangerous. The way she just snapped her back up like that. That looks so freaking dangerous. The way she did that so quickly and just snapped the back up. Look at that. I am not an expert weightlifter. Far from it. I don't know anything about strongman except what I've seen on TV. But I have lifted weights and I have done plenty of exercises in the gym. And I've managed to avoid serious injury. I've never done that.
An axle
I've never
and
done this like this.
sandbag workshop.
What the hell is that? That looks so dangerous. I mean, she's not doing a lot of weight, but I don't think you have to do a lot of weight to hurt yourself like that. That might be the most dangerous thing I've ever seen her do in the gym. And if you notice, there's nobody watching her here. There's no coach watching her do that. Because if there was a coach here, they would have said, "What the hell are you doing? Stop. Stop. Drop that immediately." Oh, look at these new shoes she got. She got those expensive new workout shoes. Because, you know, there can't be any accessory she doesn't own.
Now, I still have stuff to work on with my axle, but it's the least of my concerns for my comp coming up.
And the actual press overhead was not that bad. But that first half was, oh my God, that was scary. Oh man, the chat is so behind. Let me go into the this chat is so freaking behind. Holy crap, there's a super chat that is not showing. All right. Thank you so much, Canada Cool. It's not letting me show the super chat on screen. Hopefully it will let me show it in a minute. But I do see it here on the other screen. 1999 super chat from Canada Cool. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Doc, is she even lifting heavy enough to really need the belt yet? Or is it just to make her look like a real weightlifter? Great comment, Canada Cool. I respectfully, I can't say for sure. I don't know how much Anna can actually lift. But if I had to give a guess, in my opinion, I don't think she needs the belt. Not at all. I don't want to toot my own horn. I never made any incredible lifts. I never made any impressive lifts. I never made anything that you know would shock anybody or impress anybody. But I never once needed a belt either. Never once used the belt. Never. I mean, no, I take that back. I have used the belt a couple times when I was younger, but I mostly felt, especially because when I used it, I was heavy at the time, and I felt that it constricted my breathing more than it helped stabilize my back. That's the trade-off with the belt, at least in my experience, and I think a lot of people have a similar experience, where what you gain in stability, you lose in your ability to breathe. So it's, if you're doing a short, like just 1 or 2 reps, you're just doing a max rep, you're doing a very quick rep, just 1 or 2, then the belt can make sense. But I was trying to do like 12, 15 reps. And when you're doing that many reps, the belt kind of cuts off your breathing. So, all right, but enough about me, about Anna. Does she really need the belt? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's necessarily harming her, but I do think because it's too tight and it doesn't really fit, I think that is also a big problem. So if the belt fit properly, I don't think it might help her, but considering the belt doesn't even fit, I think it's totally just for show. Because it doesn't even fit. It doesn't even fit. There's no way that belt is providing much, if any, benefit. Especially when I think it's cutting off her breathing so much. Oh, all right, now it's finally showing. So once again, Canada Cool, thank you so much. 1999 super chat. There's the comment I just read a minute ago. Does she even need the belt? No, No, my answer is I do not think she does. Do not think she does. So let me catch up on the other comments here. Waiting for her to tip over backward. Forward, backward, claps under the weight. She's going to get hurt. Welcome in, Rusher. It's holding your gut did. that is like the best thing it's doing, like visually. It's big. Oh, you know what? I think that's why she's doing it, actually. You're right. She's doing it because it holds her gut in, and it gives her like a better shape. Like it makes her look less fat. It's gonna happen to all the girls eventually wear us out, right? She's up on her toes. I didn't even look at her feet, Rusher, but I'm gonna look at that now. But let me catch up on these comments, and we're gonna check out. I'm pissed about it, Tutor Bottom, but thankfully they loaded up. I am so far behind. Emery 5533. Welcome in, Emery. Hope you're having a great night. Yeah, I'm sorry. The comments are just all screwed up tonight. Welcome in, Yellow Moon. Good to see you. And I'm sorry, I know I missed some comments here. She absolutely needs to burn more calories, Miss Nat. Nirvana, I think she is going to have an accident. I don't know how serious it's going to be, but it's only a matter of time because does not look safe. I agree with you, Rusher. I think Anna needs like higher reps, and I think she needs to focus more on exercises for shaping rather than building mass. I don't think she needs to build mass. I think she needs to focus more on shaping her body. That's my opinion. But yeah, let's focus on toning and shaping. I think that's important. Horse saddle girths. Yeah. All right. Let's go on. Let's let this video run here.
I was really there for was sandbags.
It's too loud. Hold on.
If you need a reminder of how much I suck at sandbags, here's a past clip of me trying my.
So here, these sandbags, and I'm no expert on strongman or strongwoman, but to me, this does not look like a smart exercise for somebody who's not already in really good shape. This looks like a good way to hurt your back for the average person. If you're already in really good shape, then this is probably great. It's probably fun, probably good exercise. But for somebody like Glitter and Lazers who's so out of balance, I think this is just asking for trouble. Although at least it does force her to do some cardiovascular activity, so at least that's some positive.
Was sandbags. If you need a reminder of how much I suck at sandbags, here's a past.
And if you notice, she doesn't use her legs at all. Oh my goodness, I just noticed that. Look at how she lifts it up. She doesn't use her legs at all. She does it all with her lower back. Look at this. She doesn't use her lats. She doesn't lift, she doesn't row it into her chest. And she doesn't squat it up. She just does a good morning and just lifts it straight up with her spinal erectors. Look at this. This is such, I mean, maybe this is how you're supposed to do it. But in my opinion, this does not look like good form. I don't think this is how you're supposed to do it. Look at this. No legs, no lats, just all spinal erectors. Look at this.
If you need a reminder of how much I suck.
Look at that. That is all lower back. That is all lower back. She's not using any of the muscles. You're supposed to do that, at least if correct, anybody who knows this better than me, but I'm going to presume that's supposed to mostly be done with the like a row, like if you were doing a bent over row, and then kind of squat it up the rest of the way. That's what I would assume is the way you would want to do that. Is that way you're using your large muscles, using your glutes, you're using your rhomboids, your latissimus, all those big powerful muscles. Here, she's just pulling that. She's gonna rip the muscles out of her back. This is a testimony to how amazing and how strong her skeleton is. This woman has the strongest and thickest skeleton you could hope to have. Like her body is bulletproof. Like how is she surviving this?
It's a past clip of me trying my best. I was trying my best, but it was not very good. Hannah shared a technique for sandbags that just works way better for me, which is instead of lifting and then kind of squatting to lap, you take the sandbag and you just throw it into your chest and quickly wrap.
So the technique she showed you is don't use your legs and don't row it and just throw it up with your back. But do it in one motion so at least it's safer. Respect. If you are going to pull it up with your lower back, at least do it in a single motion. But what is this stain between her legs? Did she urinate herself again? Seriously, like I pointed this out a few times. I don't want to make fun of somebody with a physical ailment, but this is because she has too much intra-abdominal pressure. And for anybody who's not aware of what that is, that's the pressure on the internal organs in the abdominal cavity. The reason that pressure gets high is a combination of factors, but having a lot of visceral fat, having a lot of body fat in your abdominal cavity is one factor. Having organs that are swollen is another factor. And strenuous physical activity, like lifting heavy weights, is another factor. And that puts pressure on the bladder, which causes leakage. That is preventable. There are things that can be done to alleviate that. She's doing everything she can to make that worse, whether it's doing the heavy weightlifting, whether it's using the tight weightlifting belt, whether it's increasing her body weight, having a full stomach when she does this. There's just every factor that you could have that would cause leakage she's giving to herself. So it's disappointing to see that she doesn't want more. It's disappointing to see she's so content with being so nasty.
Take the sandbag and you just throw it into your chest and quickly wrap as it's accelerating.
Yeah, that's leaking.
I'm going to tell you, we're
She
not
basically just pissed herself again.
out of the woods yet because old habits die really freaking hard. So the first time I did the steeplechase, I was doing this like hybrid.
She's just lifting it with her lower back. She has absolutely no control over the weight, and she's pissing herself in the process. And this is supposed to be inspirational? Or is this supposed to be relatable? Because this is just nasty. This is all this is. This would be funny if it weren't so sad. Because as much as I don't like Anna, I don't get any joy from watching somebody degrade themselves. And this is degrading. This is degrading at this point.
Because old habits die really freaking hard. So the first time I did the steeplechase, I was doing this like hybrid, which was like half of what Hannah had showed us, half of what I was doing before, and it just wasn't working because honestly I was in my head and I was so freaking frustrated with myself because I knew I could do it.
She's not using her legs at all. She's not using her back at all. Why is nobody encouraging her to use her legs or her when I say her back, I mean the muscles of your upper back. The lats, the rhomboids, the teres. I don't even remember which is which. I just remember those names. So the traps, those are the muscles of the upper back that you use for lifting stuff off the ground safely. Your spinal erectors are not for lifting stuff, heavy weights off the ground. That's how you destroy your spine.
I just wasn't connecting. So I took a breather and you know what I did? I tried again. And this time I just focused on form. I tried to block out everything else going on. I also tried to push.
See, that's just get out of the way. She shoves this guy out of the way. How classy.
Else going on. I also tried to push Kyle out of the way because I was trying to get around fast. I feel kind of bad about that. Sorry, Kyle. But as you can see, when I just focused, I was able to get it done. So that's going to be my biggest battle. Overall,
this is shocking. And this is I have to question the entire strongman organization. Like if this is what strongman is, I don't think this is healthy. I don't think this is safe. I think this is people risking injury for no good reason. Like I don't think that you're getting a lot out of this. You're just gonna hurt yourself. Like I don't.
it was a super fun day.
And I'm not discouraging lifting weights. I think lifting weights is great. I think exercise is great. I think strongman is good. I always liked strongman. But this looks very reckless. Like, I don't think this doesn't look like smart strongman.
And I learned a lot. So get out there and lift.
Like, I wish I had more experience with strongman so I could be a better critic. Because I don't want to say this is wrong if I don't really know. But the strongman stuff I've seen looks to be a little bit more intelligent.
Letting just change my life. Let's talk.
All right, let this loop and read your comments. Hey, welcome in, Elizu. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great night. Right? These mechanics look so bad. And exactly, Rusher. She doesn't need more mass. She's big enough. advanced. I'm not an expert, but it looks advanced. It does not look easy. It looks hard. Like I've spent years in the gym, and I don't try that kind of stuff. Welcome in, Detective. Good to see you again, bud. That big ball, I think that's part of the problem. Her fupa's in the way. So she's not able to really get it the leverage that she wants. She has those big long arms and those big hands. So she's still able to get her arms around it. But her fupa is absolutely in the way and stopping her from getting a good grip on it. I always thought she'd make a really good heavyweight boxer. I feel like would be her. That's what Anna should have been. Like, she would have made an amazing boxer. She's got those giant hands. I think she could have kicked some butt as a boxer if she had started at a young age. I think now it's a little bit late for that. But I think if she'd started boxing at a young age, she would have been a menace. Oh my God. Oh, I just missed the comment here. Rusher, that is Anna's advice. That is basically the advice she's giving. Yeah, she's just getting all over everything. Well, I'm glad somebody's enjoying it, Rusher. I gotta admit, I do get a bit of a Schadenfreude from this, because Anna shares a lot of ignorance and a lot of unhealthy advice with people. She shares a lot of she pushes a lot of unhealthy ideas. So anything to discredit her, I'm okay with. But I mean, I guess I am a bit of a softie in some way. I just noticed that he does have pink shorts. Yeah, right? He's such a huge dude, too. The competition's next month. You know what, Emery? For a long time, I was saying she wasn't going to do it. But maybe she will. She might actually make it to the competition, because it's February and she's still doing it. So, hey, if she proves me wrong, I'm going to give her a little bit of respect on that. Agreed, Miss Nat. I've done weightlifting, but I've never done strongman, and I can still say this does not look safe. They throw rocks at her. Okay, Rusher. So you know what's up. I'm no personal trainer. I've been in the gym plenty, but I always like to play, be cautious, because I'm not a real expert, Absolutely. Good night, Nirvana. I feel great. She's got the big old mitts, and that helps a lot in the gym. I do not have big hands in the gym, and it definitely makes it tougher to do some lifts. I have to use the straps to do, like, if I'm trying to do my, really do a lot of deadlifts or something. All right, so let's go on the next one here. So we got I thought that was that last video. This one was just shocking to me, because I watched Anna do, like, the lifts, but I always watch her do the overhead presses and the deadlifts. And I guess it's kind of, I don't want to say it's hard to do those wrong, because he absolutely is easy to do those wrong. But I guess her form on those is not so bad. At least not compared to this. This looks so freaking dangerous. I cannot believe that she doesn't have an injury off that already. Today was a good day. A lot of progress was made. So thank you to Hannah Cold Iron for helping me finally get out of my own way when it comes to sandbags. I'm excited to keep practicing and see these become less of a mental challenge and more intuitive. It's not a mental challenge, Anna. It's a biomechanical challenge. The problems are, number one, your fupa's in the way. You can't get the sandbag where you need it to be. That's like the main challenge that I'm seeing. Like, seriously, like, other than that, the other challenge. You're not using your legs to lift it. You're not using your back to lift. You're just using your lats, or excuse me, your spinal erectors. You're not using your lats. And sorry I was sassy with UK Banta. I think that was the guy in the pink shorts. But there was no way I was going under the bar today. I don't think she was able to get low enough. Let's see. Hold on. Was it even possible for her to get under the bar?
I was able to get it done. As you can see, I feel kind of bad about that. Kyle out of the way because I was focused on form. I tried to block out everything else going on.
She said, I'm not going under the bar today. Do you think she's ever gone under that bar? I don't think she could get low enough if she tried. I don't think she physically could get her head below that bar there. I don't think it's possible for her. So yeah, she has never gone under that bar. Probably the only bar she's never gone under.
I also tried to push Kyle out.
All right, let's go back this way. All right, so let's keep going here. We got a little more. Oh, this is a flashback one. A flashback that she reposted. I guess for Valentine's Day, she wanted to repost this because it was so depressing. This is her wedding photo shoot from last Valentine's Day in this absolutely beautiful chapel. In fairness, as awful as Anna usually looks, this chapel really is amazing. She's got the white dress. Wow, look at those calves. Those cankles. Jesus. Look at these cankles. That is scary looking. And this was over a year ago. It almost looks like a horror movie. Her running around in this empty wedding chapel. It's like, could you imagine like if this was like your bride to be, like in your horror, like your nightmare, like you go to the, like you show up and you're at a church and you see this woman running around, you look down, you realize, oh my God, I'm in a tuxedo. This is my wedding. Wake up. That would be like the worst nightmare. And look how slow she's running. She's moving as if she's running, but her speed is as if she's walking. Like she's really not running. Like look at the speed she's moving. She's not actually going very fast. Like the camera is moving, so it makes it look like she's going faster. But if you actually look how fast she's moving, it's really not very fast. Look at how slow she's going. Nightmare fuel right there. Got to keep your body fueled. Got to keep your nightmares fueled. Let's see. I got a few more here. Oh, very, very filtered photo from the elevator. Super filtered photo. Oops, let me change it back. Hold on. Sorry about that. Actually, let me share this video for a second. I'll pull up something else. Hope everybody's having a great time tonight, by the way. Let me, anybody, if you're enjoying this show, be sure to click that like button, leave a like, and be sure to click the subscribe bell as well if you'd like to see more of this content. This appeals to you. And I'd also like to thank all of the lurkers, all of the chatters, my mods, and as well as anybody watching the replay. Any of you folks enjoying the replay, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Glitter and Lazers exercise form. What do you think about the rampant photoshopping? The silly accessories? Speaking of silly accessories, Glitter and Lazers has, of course, found yet another accessory she needs to buy. I swear the universe conspired to drop gear specifically tailored to me exactly when I'm trying to be responsible and say, specifically tailored to her. Does this even look like it comes in her size? Like, what is this, like a pink singlet? Or is this one of those weightlifting shirts? Is that what this is? Like, whatever it is, I don't think it comes in your size, Glitter. But if it does, the thought of her buying a skin-tight weightlifting suit is just so, like, I think she might literally die if she does that. She might literally, like, cut off her circulation and get a heart attack or a stroke or something. I don't think her body would survive if she actually put on one of these super tight weightlifting suits. I think it would just kill her. Oh, here's a funny one. Wow, I have a lot of Glitter and Lasers tonight. I don't know if we're gonna have much time for foodie. I think some of you folks won't mind that. So let me put on some candids here. Glitter and Lasers bless us with a bunch of content this week. Oh, this one's not. Hold on. I got to load this on the other screen. Give me 1 second here, folks. Let me get this loaded up. This is from another person at her gym, and you can see her off in the background on the left here. You can just see her belly and fupa sticking out in front of everybody else. Can I loop it? No, it doesn't let me loop it. I got another one here. Some of these are, the format is different, so I can't, it's a little bit harder for me to load the video, but I can still load them. Just give me a second here. So I got yet another candid one. And you can really tell by the side of the belt, because on her videos, if you look at her pictures, her belt is about as wide as her hips. But if you look at the unedited ones, you can clearly see the hips are like 3 times wider than the belt. So let me add another one here.
Good. Climb the chest. There you go. Extend. Beautiful. Nice. Oh. Good. Climb the chest. There you go. Extend. Beautiful. Nice. Oh.
Got one more candid. Wow. Look at that. Look at how like squished in that belt makes her look. And why is she wearing the belt in every single picture? Like, why does she never take her belt off? Like, everybody else is like looks normal. She has her belt on like nonstop. Like, look at this shit. Part of my language, but she looks like, holy crap. Look at this stuff. I'm starting to have trouble. I'm starting to
Climb the chest. There you go.
This is crazy. Like, why does she have the belt on constantly? Like, other people, they put on their belt, they do their lift, and then they take the belt off. She puts on the belt, goes to the gym, and doesn't take it off until she gets to her lymphatic drainage later. This is crazy. She has the belt on in every single video that every other person has. Look at this. The belt never comes off. The belt never comes off once. Can we find a single video of her without the belt in the gym? All right, so I got some more stuff here for you. Hold on a second here. So remember what I said about her making the meals straight out of the microwave? It looks like she really is taking those meals straight out of the microwave. This looks like that same Uncle Ben's rice and the canned beans. Okay, so maybe I really do like cooking. If you like cooking, then why are you making everything out of the microwave? The more I do of it, the more confident I feel, and the more I want to try new things. This week I made yellow rice, refried beans, and salsa chicken, having it with half an avocado, too, with some fancy schmancy salt. I know I can't do every meal every day, but prepping one banging meal for the week is possible, and I'm doing it. I'm low-key proud that I made this. I want to share some Kiwi Farms here. Kiwi Farms was kind enough, to share evidence of all the times in the past when Anna said she was going to do meal prep. And I happen to have that. So let me pull that up here. 44727 was the post. Second here. Okay, here we go. Oh, I got to remove these other ones. Hold on. There we go. All right, I'm going to catch up on the comments in just a second here. But let me pull up the other ones real quick. I'm going to catch up on your comments. Got a lot going on here tonight. It's hard to keep track of everything. All right. So here is from just a few years ago. How far back does it go? To 2020 of Anna talking about meal prepping. So let's start at the bottom. We'll start with the oldest first, or we'll start with the most recent first, I guess, because they started with the most recent first. This post was made by Otto West on QB Farms here. So 2025, meal prepping, making what she called Minecraft lava chicken. Oh, let me catch up on the chat also real quick. She likes her waist snatch with that belt, right? She's gotten huge. Exactly. Oh, she's going to visit her man for 2 weeks? That actually is interesting. I wonder if how it's gonna go, because every time she spends time with a guy, it always ends like badly. Like it seems like all of her relationships, they end with some kind of drama. So I'm interested with that. Nobody else in there. Absolutely not. She needs something to hold it in. Word, Rusher. Welcome in, Jalen. And I agree with you there. That's it. The biomechanics of that make it tough. I mean, any kind of belly is going to get in the way there. Get all aggressive. As much as I dog Anna, I do respect the fact that at least she is doing something physical. I should mention that. Disclaimer, I disrespect Anna in some ways, but I will also show her some respect and say she is actually in the gym and she is actually lifting the weight. Now, I have plenty of criticism for her, but I will respect that she is at least in there, at least doing it. So respect her for that. Foodie can't even do that much. So I will give her credit for that. It really is. I never liked wearing the belt. Oh, we could only wish. Nutty. And the comments are just a little bit behind, but I'm mostly caught up. So we're going to get back on the QE Farms page here because I want to share this one. So meal prep. Anna has talked about meal prep for years, and we thankfully have a record here of these times. So we've got here her Minecraft lava chicken, March 2025. Meal prep while seated with me. And I remember this one in particular because I remember she talked about how her body and her, what did she say it was? Her flare-ups, her lipedema. She said something. I don't remember exactly what it was. But she said there was something that, why she couldn't meal prep like a normal, like, quote, a normal person. She couldn't stand up in the kitchen. She couldn't chop. She had limited mobility with her hands or something. I remember she made this whole big deal about how physically she could just barely even do it. So this one stood out to me in my mind. Meal prep while seated with me. 2024, how do you say cucumber? August 2024, Jello. April 2025, hashtag learn to cook. All aboard the salami boats. And every time she did this, she would make a post saying something to the effect of, I finally learned how to treat my body right. I finally learned how important it is to meal prep. I finally learned how easy it is. She acts like this is a brand new thing every single time she does it. And notice how her body doesn't really change much either. The filter changes. So she gives the appearance of losing weight over time. But understand, that's only the filter technology improving over the years. 2024, making salami tacos. 2024, I wish they never invented fried cheese. All right. Here, I have a new goal. It's 2022. Meal prep with me. Hold on. We got 2024 Keech. Cooking my meals regularly is slowly but surely teaching me to give myself the time and energy I need to grow, heal, and be at my best. That's the kind of quote I'm glad that we've got here. September 2022. Meal prep with me. I have a new goal. To eat at home more and be better aware of what goes into my body. How many times has Anna had a meal prep service? How many times has she had a company donate food to her that was a meal prep service? I don't remember the names of all the companies because she never did a very good job advertising them. But I do remember that she had plenty of people sending her food. She had this home catered Thanksgiving mashed potatoes meal. I spent 3 hours making risotto. Yeah, this speaks for itself right here. And what else we got here? Yeah, there we go. And this is what, from 2022? These blemishes on her face have been here for over 3 years straight. Okay, so let's go back to the videos. Let's go back to the videos. I got some more content. Darn right. The quality of the filters gets better from year to year. So it looks like she's losing weight, but it's really not. If it is, I don't care. If it is, I'm okay with it anyway. I'm okay. That's some bigotry we can tolerate. So here's a video we got.
I'm in the hot tub because my entire body hurts. My entire body hurts from yesterday's deep tissue massage, which only goes to show that I probably should have done it sooner, and I probably need to do it more often.
Her entire body hurts from a deep tissue massage, so I guess it's good that she's getting massages. I feel bad for the person who has to give her the massages, because God knows it's not going to be clean skin. It's not going to be healthy skin. It's going to be full of all kinds of cellulitis, all kinds of grime and filth.
And so I'm drinking water in the hot tub so I don't dehydrate. This is who I am now.
She's so concerned about dehydrating. I mean, I guess I'm glad that she's staying hydrated, but dehydration shouldn't be that much of an issue, assuming that you're drinking fluids. Let's see what else we got here. Got a lot of Anna content today, but that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Sorry, so here's Anna talking about Valentine's Day. We got some Valentine's Day content. Business with a touch of romance. Boardroom baddie chasing ROI. I think that means return on investment. ROAS, return on accounts something. I don't know. And accounts receivable. Raising the stakes, the capital, and the CTR all day, every day. Something revenue. She's going to run with it and loop you in when she needs it. It's time to level up, leverage synergies, and manage the optics. Is this like how she actually talks, or did she just get this from like some AI chatbot? And if this is how she actually talks, this is why nobody talks to you, Anna. Pink boardroom boss babe. Make it a thing we circle back to again and again. I think she was high when she wrote this. I hope she was. Because if she was sober when she wrote this, she might be having a stroke. And of course, can't go a minute without Anna just looking really haggard. This is not a glamour shot, even though it's meant to be. There's just nothing glamorous about this. I'm saving you folks from the rest of the photo shoot. There were like 15 photos here. I'm just going to show you like this one because we've already seen enough of Anna's body today. I'm not gonna torture y'all with that. I got one more here from the photo shoot. That was pretty funny. This is an edit from Kiwi Farms. No commentary needed for that one. Oh, we got even more deadlifts. Because we know, because you can never do enough deadlifts when you've already got like this massive, giant shelf ass. Of course, you need more deadlifts. Deload week is wild because what do you mean? I just did my warm up and that's the entire workout. Deload week, for anybody not familiar, it's a fancy way of saying taking a week off, basically doing a week that's very lightweight, just kind of give your body a chance to recover. Because what do you mean I just did my warm-up? Actually, this was my warm-up. My apartment gym was super busy today and filming just got too hard. This isn't helping anybody. This form is not. I don't think this this form is better than it was, in fairness. But I think that even if she got her form really good, I still don't think deadlifts are helping very much for her physique. I think deadlifts just aren't going to give her. They're not going to do anything to improve her body shape. And finally, not finally, but for anybody, any mathematicians in the crowd, anybody here who's good with geometry, here's your math puzzle for the day. If you've got a 600-pound influencer who completely fills a trap bar, given the trap bar has a circumference of, or excuse me, has a perimeter of has a diameter of 24.5 inches with a 56-inch width. What is the volume of the influencer in question? You all have 1 week to work on your geometry problems, and you must show your work. You're probably going to need to know the volume of a sphere at some point to do this, as well as the volume of a rectangular prism. Welcome in, Merlin H. She needs cardio. Darn right. Not more deadlifts. She needs weight loss. She needs cardio. And nothing wrong with weightlifting, but she needs toning. She needs body shaping. She doesn't need more mass building. More mass building. Well, I can't find any other measurement on here. What are we going to call it? The width? I don't know what do you even call the measurements of how do you even measure a hexagon? Or what is that, an octagon? What would you even call that? The span? The width? I'm not even sure. Agreed, Emery. Anna's somebody who needs to focus on just getting her mobility up. Canada, cool pond, dude. Big $20, another $20 super chat. Canada, cool. Very generous tonight. Thank you so much, Canada, cool. Really do appreciate this. Doc, if you notice on many of her vids where she's showing her workout, there's hardly any sweat on her clothes. I think she's only doing a couple reps for the video, and that's all. That's something that I hope that's not true, but that's something that is always a possibility, Canada. I know that Anna was faking her workouts for years. There was a time when Anna faked all of her workouts, back when she was doing the co-pilot phase, when she was taking the weight loss drugs, the GLP-1s, but she claimed that it was all thanks to her fitness app that she was using, Copilot. I think that I'm all but sure that during that period, she was faking all of her workouts. I think now she's doing most of her workouts, but I don't think she's doing as much as she wants us to think she's doing. I think that's what you're saying here, Canada, cool. That she wants us to think she's doing, hours in the gym, but she's probably just doing a couple sets of a few reps each. Like a powerlifting style workout, like maybe 5 sets of 5 sets of singles, 3 sets of doubles, just not a lot of volume. And that's not a good thing. She needs volume. She needs weight loss. She needs endurance training. And so, yes, thank you so much again for the super chat, Canada Cool. I do think that her workouts were probably better a few months ago. I think a few months ago, she seemed to be a lot more, her workouts seemed to be longer and more complete. Now it seems more just she's going through the motions and just kind of doing the, I guess what you call the fun stuff. The sandbag throw and the, that one where she gets to carry the weight, the farmer's carry. She focuses in a lot on the stuff she enjoys doing rather than on the exercises that she needs to focus on for health and physique. So I think that in that sense, that I do think she's shortchanging her workouts, and she's just doing a few reps of except for the stuff that she kind of enjoys doing. Agreed, Jalen. I don't think that this thing here, I think it would absolutely get caught if she tried to go any higher. Well, I think you would use a circle, and then you would use like a series of transformations with triangles to figure out the actual, because this, I mean, I don't know. This is like, it depends how what part you want to measure, because it's a hexagon, but then it has these ends on it. So I guess, but this part here in the middle is basically a hexagon. So that shouldn't be too hard to measure because it looks like a regular hexagon. But I was not the best at geometry, so we'll leave it at that. It wasn't a real, Emery, to be fair, it wasn't a real question. I was just throwing out some math terms just to try to sound funny. But it sounded real, didn't it? It sounded like a real math question. It sounded good. And this is a perfect time for my doctor disclaimer. I'm not really a doctor. I'm not really a geometrician. I'm not really a mathematician either. So if you think you need a doctor or an engineer or even a calculator, go get a real one, because all you've got here is a commentator. Okay. So we've got even more Valentine's Day stuff here. You think it's over? It's not over. Heal me, baby. Heal me. Well, like, you're back? Stop doing all those deadlifts first. Happy Sad Valentine's 2025. Every year for what is now too many years to count, I made content about something sad that's Valentine's or love themed. This year trying to be a sexy minx, failing, while also being stitched up, wrapped up, and admittedly not all there, just felt like the next level of sadness. Just a girl fighting for what she cannot have. To be very clear, this is a joke, and it's not clear at all this is a joke. It feels like cope. And the last thing I want is for anyone to touch me. Well, I mean, that's clear by the fact you don't wash, especially right now. Lastly, shout out to my friend Shayla for helping me pull this off, because I obviously couldn't do this on my own. Valentine's, surgery, recovery, romance. She's been out of surgery for like 2.5 years now. Just want to point that out. So what is the video in question? Well, here's the video. Got to turn off the music, of course. Keep in mind, this is, I think, the first time we've seen her without compression on her legs in how many months? This is not what an after is supposed to look like when you've had lipo resurfacing, laser resurfacing. What do they call that? Liposuction and sculpting. I think he called it aqua sculpting. I forgot exactly what he called it. But the implication was that he was going to smooth and improve the shape of her legs. And there's a reason this skirt is almost covering her down to the knee. That's not an improvement on what she had before. How much money do you think that plastic surgery cost? How much do you think it cost? Because we know that Anna didn't pay for all of it, but she paid for some of it at least. She paid for, the travel. She paid for the medications, that kind of stuff. Her insurance covered a lot. We paid for a lot of it as people who pay for insurance. But whatever she paid, it wasn't worth it. There's like no positive change to her body. I mean, she's going to claim that she feels better. But is that really plastic surgery is that really supposed to affect how you feel? I mean, I guess it can, but that's more of a psychological thing than it's more of a placebo effect. So we have another post here about Valentine's Day. I love dressing up, leading to an opportunity for joy. Forever on theme, especially at a time when we need it most. Do me a favor, tell someone you love them today. The world could use more love, and we simply don't tell people enough how much they mean to us. Positive vibe. Love wins. Valentine's Day. And here, of course, is a montage of Glitter and Lazers' previous Valentine's Days, some of her best stuff. Gonna loop it. And now I'm going to pull up the video because I actually have a Glitter and Lasers retro react. It's a short one, but I think you're going to really enjoy it. So let me clear out some of these other pictures real quick. Oops, I had the wrong one showing. There we go. One more quick vid. This is her doing the deadlift here with the trap bar. It's really wild how little she bends her knees when she does this. Like this, I am not seeing a lot of bend in these knees. I don't think this is good form. I mean, and it's hard to tell when you look from the front. The best way to judge somebody's deadlift form, in my opinion, is from the side, because you can get a better look at the arch of their back. But from the front, this does not look good. This looks like her shoulders are down. And you do not want your shoulders down when you deadlift. You want your shoulders back. She ends with them back, which is good, but I feel like they sink down a little bit. But even if these, but again, more deadlifts. This woman is doing deadlifts constantly, and they're not doing anything to improve her body, or her physique, or her fitness. Even if they are adding to her strength, because gaining strength while gaining mass is not really a good goal. So let me do the retro react. It's not going to be a long one here. We really don't have time for foodie tonight, so I'm just going to do the short glitter retro react to cap it off. So let me pull this up here. 1 second, folks. 1 second. And let me give a shout out here to the Glitter Life, kind enough to produce this video here. I'm going to put a link to there in the chat. Oh, and before we go to the video, let me take a moment to thank all of the channel members. Let's just take a second here to thank all of the channel members. You're all very much appreciated. And I'd like to take a moment to thank, in particular, Tier 2 channel members. At this moment, we have one Tier 2 channel member, Canada Cool, and that entitles you to a personalized shout out every weekly stream. So thank you so much. And thank you, like I said, to all of the channel members and all of the viewers as well, because you all make this possible, make this so much fun to do. I very much appreciate all of you here. And if you'd like to support the channel in a way that doesn't cost anything, be sure to share a link to this stream. That helps the channel out tremendously. And like I said, costs you absolutely nothing. Except maybe it's a little embarrassing to share a link to this stream, but other than that little bit of embarrassment, that's all it costs you. So let's go to the video here. So this video here is a story from her in 2022.
Talking, I just was like, of course. And I'm very polite, right? I wasn't mean to this guy. I listened. I didn't even try to fight back because I didn't want to have an argument. I had a very emotional weekend. I was done. And I was just like, whatever. And while we're standing there, this girl came and she was very quiet.
Look at it, Shelly.
And she whispered in my ear and she goes, "Are you Anna?" And I go, "Yeah, that's me." And she goes, she just gave me a hug and started crying. And she was like, I had really severe anorexia and you helped me gain weight.
Is this believable to anybody at all? Did anybody else hear that? Just want to make sure you all heard that. And also, this sounds like she wrote a fanfic about herself. She literally claims that some woman came up to her and thanks her, crying, for saving her from anorexia. I mean, this is so absurd. This might be insulting. I think this is insulting to some people, but I'm just so shocked. I'm incredulous. I mean, listen to this.
Hug and started, "Anna." There, this girl came and she was very quiet.
This girl came up to her very quiet.
And she whispered in my ear and she goes, "Are you Anna?"
Are you Anna? Just want to make sure, because, you know, there might be some other really massively fat, tall, blonde, obnoxious woman.
And I go, "Yeah, that's me." And she goes, she just gave me a hug and started crying. And she was like, I had really severe anorexia.
Really severe.
And you helped me gain weight.
No comment. No comment. No comment.
Really interesting because over the past couple months, I felt
Welcome
very
in, Vibin' and Jivin'.
disassociated.
We're just actually, I've been running for a little while, but we are starting the final segment, which is this video here. It's a retro react from Glitter and Lazers. This is from 2022, from not long before she got her liposuction procedures, and we're going to be looking into this. Welcome in, Early. She is absolutely insufferable. All the girls are insufferable, to be fair, at this point.
And unconnected to my body and very frustrated with my body.
All right, sorry for interrupting so much. This is such a good video. I don't want to be here all night, but I don't want to miss any of this.
Couple months, I felt very disassociated and unconnected to my body and very frustrated with my body.
And keep in mind, she starts crying 2 minutes into the video, less than 2 minutes into the video, because the first minute of the video was just intro. She starts crying here. Count how long until you see the first tear. Because I previewed this video. Somebody keep track. It's 2 minutes in, even though it's really only like 1 minute in. How long from the time she starts crying to the time the first tear makes it out of her eye? Let's keep track of that.
And I felt mad at my body. Like, just to be really honest, I felt mad that it won't change in the way I want to. I felt mad that I've made all these changes and I don't feel like it's working in the way I wanted it to. And then I spent an entire month eating shit and like being lazy as hell, and my body pretty much stayed the same.
In fairness, this is the first time I've ever heard her admit that she did not eat really healthy. This is the first time I've ever heard her say I ate like shit, like just straight up. She said it. Never heard her admit that before. Of course, she says it only was for 1 month, but still, that's more than she's ever admitted before. So I guess small praises, but it's still a grain of truth surrounded by in a sea of lies is not really anything to praise.
Working in the way I wanted it to. And then I spent an entire month eating shit and like being lazy as hell, and my body pretty much stayed the same as it did when I worked out a lot and ate super healthy. And that is the like.
Now this is the one of the central conceits of Anna's whole life, her whole everything about her, that she claims that doesn't matter what she does, her body she can't lose weight. Doesn't matter whether she exercises or whether she eats right. She's tried all of that and it made no difference. It makes no difference. And this is the central lie that the entire myth of Anna is built on. I think this really is. The more I think about it, this is kind of the fundamental lie around which all of the other lies are built. And that is, she has no control over her body. Doesn't matter what she does, her body just, it's a completely independent organism that does not follow the laws of thermodynamics or physics or even the laws of psychology. It's just completely just an independent thing, uncontrollable, unpredictable, independent in every way. It's absurd. It's absurd. But that is what Anna claims is it doesn't matter that she ate bad and didn't exercise for a month. It made no difference because normally she exercises and eats right and same exact results.
Made that feeling even worse. And I know that there's things I need to do. Like I need to see an endocrinologist and I need to kind of look into more diverse ways to treat my lipedema, which I will eventually cover, but I need to figure it out on my own first. But I felt very frustrated.
I thought she already tried everything with lipedema.
I have been pushing myself and angry at myself because things aren't working out the way I want them to. And it's hard when you are trying and it's not working the way you want it to work. And you literally feel like you're pushing your body to like the farthest it can go.
3 minutes in, we still don't have a tear.
And still, there's people online who are calling you lazy and telling you all you do is eat and like just ripping you to shreds.
But are they wrong?
I think it hurts more when you're actually doing the work and you're actually trying.
So but it hurts more when you are. So in other words, usually you aren't.
And it does when you aren't, because when you aren't, you're like, yeah, you're kind of right. But it would hurt. And I didn't really kind of realize how much that was affecting me until this conversation. And it also made me think about, like, I honestly and fervently believe that everybody's relationship with food is fucked up in some way. And I think there's no other way to say it than that. I legitimately feel that nobody has a healthy relationship with food because it's in...
I don't know if I'm going to go that far. I'll say that a lot of people don't, but I'm not going to say nobody does.
And I hate to say this, but it's not in corporate America's best interest for us to have healthy, balanced relationships with food.
Blame corporate America. Anna, you do realize that all of your sponsors are corporate America, that all of the food products you push are corporate America, all the protein snacks, all of the diet programs, all of the snake oil medical supplements, everything you push is from corporate America. Your Amazon GLP-1 partnership, your Target partnership, your Starbucks partnership. You are the biggest corporate shill in the world. You push crap from Starbucks. You push garbage food, and you want to blame corporations? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It is the fault of corporations because they empower people like you.
How can we be sold the diets? How can we be sold the, packaged foods and all of the other things? I mean...
Well, maybe you should stop selling them then.
It's not just weight loss products. It's also like this guise of health. And it's also this guise of like all these things you need to feel fulfilled. I mean...
Oh, like when you were selling the Copilot app. Or maybe your GLP-1 drug that you're selling now. Which one?
Right now, I feel like we're all peddling this self-care bullshit. And I'll be real honest, like self-care seems pretty expensive these days based on all the crap that's sold to us for it. And so now I have to really
Well, not if you use Anna's sponsor. If you use Anna's sponsor, it's very affordable.
consider things like surgery.
So now she's forced to consider things like surgery. She's forced to consider, and we can all see what a massive improvement the surgery made for her. Look at her. I mean, compared to now, look how much better she looks now, right? After all that surgery, she looks so much better now.
And I have to consider things like my body might just be like this, that like the ultimate win might be just not gaining weight, which I haven't gained weight for those past 2 years.
Oh, I got it before and after. Here we go. See, isn't it a good thing she considered surgery? Look at how fit. And then keep in mind, on the right here is filtered to hell. This is not, this picture on the left was taken by Dr. Amron. This is an unfiltered picture. This one on the right is filtered to hell. And she doesn't really look that much better. This is covered in compression garments, filtered to hell. And I think that's the only difference. The smoothness on the legs here is simply a factor of compression and filters. The scars in the arms, you can clearly see the difference. The only real difference is the size of the arms. And all she did was trade this size for these scars. And I think that if it weren't for the filters, these arms would be even bigger. I don't think these arms are actually this size. I think that she just used the filters to cut them down even more. But let's get back to her speech.
I just feel like maybe my relationship with food is way more fucked up than I ever thought it was. And I don't have any answers. This is no magical solution, guys. There is no magical solution to this. I just hope I'm...
Anna has literally never had a boyfriend, I don't think. Like, I literally don't think she ever has. Like,
not hurting anybody.
And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying, like, I think she's actually said that.
As I try to figure this out on my own. And I think sitting next to her on the plane made me realize that...
None None. That's her
I have a
doctor's. That's her
responsibility.
doctor told her that. By the way, for anybody not aware of that, Emery here with a really good throwback. I don't remember exactly when it was said. I don't remember which doctor it was. If it was Herbst or Amron, but one of them told her that you have no body fat. You have no burnable fat left on your body. That you're just all lipedema, which is unburnable body fat. It's this. I'm not going to go into all the stuff. You folks can check out an old stream where I did on that. But yeah, she perpetrated, or she promoted that lie for a long time.
To be open and honest about the good and the bad. And I think when I was excited and happy about what was going on, it was easy. But now that like I just feel like it's all falling apart, it doesn't feel great, you know?
Darn right,
I don't
Shelly.
know. I feel like I'm just word vomiting now. I feel like it's just become emotional. I think I'm at a point right now where I don't know if change is possible. Not necessarily changing my habits.
Change is possible. And I love that how after this, her conclusion was, I don't know if change is possible. So what is she going to do? Go get liposuction. Go get something that's not going to really make much difference at all. It's just so absurd that this was like, I think this speech here, maybe it wasn't the moment that it happened, but I think this speech was some point, a major turning point when she decided that she needed to go get the liposuction surgery. Because this is somebody who's given up on having any agency in their own life, in their own health.
It's been changing my body. I you know what? Leave whatever nasty comment you want down below. I know you will anyway. And guess what? I will probably read them and I will probably cry. So congrats, you win. But that's the reality of it. These comments do affect me because it is the hard.
Remember when she turned off all the comments on her YouTube videos? I want to mention here, I think there's a big difference between somebody who posts on social media for a living, a social media influencer with millions of followers, and somebody who is living a private life. If somebody is living a private life, I think it's wrong to take their videos and pictures from their social media and post them on the internet for everybody, and critique them for the whole world. I think that's wrong. If somebody is posting their content for millions of people to see, I think if they're posting their content and claiming that this is professional quality content, they have every right to be criticized.
When you are trying to get knocked down. And I will say this, if you care about someone who's trying to live a healthier life, if you care about someone who's trying to take care of themselves in a new way, the worst thing you can do is point out where they're not succeeding, because all you're doing is pushing them back down. You're pushing them back down, and it is the time to lift those people up so that they can feel confident in pursuing those challenges.
Great point,
and that's
Emery.
what I realized. Like, she reminded me that I have a purpose.
I think the chat may have gotten caught up a little bit, so I will hopefully see what everybody's saying in just a moment.
And that I have a responsibility as well. And I reminded her that regardless of what her mom said, she'd made a lot of progress on her condition and had everything to celebrate. So we ended up having a lovely
Hold on. So after that big detour, she's still talking about the girl who claimed that Anna helped cure her eating disorder. Anna herself. I mean, I guess the word's already been said. Anorexia. The woman claimed to be said that she was very severely anorexic, and Anna fixed it. Anna fixed the rexia.
Me that I have a purpose and that I have a responsibility in pursuing those challenges. And that's what I realized. Like, she reminded me that I have a purpose and that I have.
Hold on. So this whole big speech here, and there's still a little more after this. This whole big speech was basically her saying that despite feeling hopeless and knowing there's nothing that she can do, this girl telling her that she had helped her to gain weight made her realize that she still has purpose and she still has. This doesn't even sound real, though. That story about this girl sounds made up. So if this is what gave you purpose, no wonder you have no purpose. Because your story is a lie. It's invented. It's a fiction.
Responsibility as well. And I reminded her that regardless of what her mom said, she'd made a lot of progress on her condition.
Look at that cinema girl.
Had everything to celebrate. So We ended up having a lovely flight home. We sat next to each other, and we basically had this flight attendant that we started calling Trish, a la Barb and Star's Vista Del Mar trip. We gave her a whole backstory, and it was really lovely. It was probably one of the best fan interactions I've ever had in my entire life. And I don't even consider her a fan. I consider her a friend now. And I remember as we got off the plane.
Wow, one of my best fan interactions. How many fan interactions do you think she even has? I mean, I guess if her average fan interaction is good job getting out there, no wonder she thinks this is such a good one. But again, this one never actually happened. So, I mean, it just isn't true. And the fact that she's claiming this woman is a friend of hers, who she's never mentioned ever again since, makes it appear even more fake.
And I was like, "What's your name?" And I wish to God I could remember her name. And
I wish to God I could remember her name. You can't remember her name. You can't even pretend to remember her name. This friend of hers who made such an impact. She's not just a fan, she's a friend, and she made such an impact on me and really reminded me that I have so much to give to the world. She reminded me how amazing I am. I can't remember her name, but she was. You're an amazing person, whoever you are, all you little people out there.
So bad I don't, because she changed my thinking that day. And I got off that plane with a.
You could see Anna really feels bad. Like look how bad she feels. She's so broken up. Like I almost want to stop the video. Like I'm starting to like get a little teary.
Resolve that I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna keep trying. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. But I'm gonna focus less on results right now, because
gonna focus less on results as opposed to before when it's not possible to focus any less on results. You've never had any results. How can you focus on results? You have no results. You're going to focus less on results. All right. That's a good one there. That's a funny one. But seriously though, this is so disgusting. This is the most manipulative crap. Even by Anna's standards, this is manipulative. She is so like smug, and like the way she did all that fake crying and told that story about that girl with the anorexia, and all of it just to say, so I'm going to stop trying so hard. Yeah, I'm going to stop being so amazing, because it's just not fair. It's not fair to expect me to be so amazing all of the time. I'm just going to be amazing some of the time now.
That is tearing me apart and may never be an option for me. I may never be able to lose some of this weight, and I may
never be able to lose some of this weight. I may never be able to lose some of this. I may never be able to lose even some of this weight. I may never be able to lose some weight. This is like a parody. This is like a parody.
Just even saying, see, I can't even accept that I may not be able to lose weight. I just need to be able to say that I may not be able to lose weight.
I may not be. I'm 600 pounds, and even losing like 1 pound is just not realistic. It's just not realistic.
Some of the weight, not part of the weight. I may not be able to lose weight in the way that everybody else loses weight, and because
she's so special. She can't lose weight like other people do. The weight just does not come off her body because there's no weight to be lost.
Some of the weight, not part of the weight. I may not be able to lose weight in the way that everybody else loses weight. And because of that, I might have to be creative. I might have to do things differently. And that is the reality of it. And it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. She's just going to have to get liposuction, and we need to stop being a bunch of haters and expecting her body to work like other human bodies. We're being really awful people here.
It ain't great. But things could be a lot worse.
And by the way, what happened to the tears? Like the eye makeup? Like there's no smearing here. What's going on? We're 8 minutes in. We still don't have a tear. Okay. You started crying 7 minutes ago. There's not a tear yet.
Psychobabble done. I'm done. This video is over.
I'm glad she feels better.
I don't know if it had any punchy detail, but I think it's important for you guys to know that, as hard as this is, I do feel like
it is hard lying to this many people, Anna. I agree. This has got to be tough to lie to quite so many people.
There's hope, I just feel like maybe I've wasted some time focusing on the wrong things. And so I need to buck up, accept my reality, and I need to go see a doctor.
I didn't notice that part. I just know you're right. She just magically managed to get sat next to this girl by chance. Just magically sat next to this girl who was an anorexic, who was her biggest fan, just happened to be sitting next to her on the plane. Welcome in, Magic Flow. It's such a. I missed that the first time. I missed that detail. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you, Jalen. Yet another sponsored ad, sponsored content. Absolutely, she just wants to be lied to. This woman is awful. She is so awful. She is just terrible. Okay, let's let it finish up.
I need to just go see a doctor.
I just need to go see a doctor. Yeah, like this is the most manipulative video. She started this video knowing how it was going to end, and she pretended it was, I'm just crying and letting out my emotions. She was this whole video was manipulation. This entire video was just a way for her to tell the audience that she's getting surgery without taking any responsibility. And thank you to the Glitter Life, who's the channel that posted this video. Excellent edit. And if you think, and I normally don't care much for AI. I normally do not like to use it. I think it's not, but there's going to be a couple AI pictures here that are actually worth watching. Let's see. Doesn't time just fly? First surgery was in July 2024. So that's what? Just a few months. It's going to be 2 years. She'd eaten less. So what could Anna look like if she had spent 2 years dieting and exercising? So this is the before. This is what she looks like now. And to be fair, this is a filtered picture. This is already like better than she actually looks. So just keep that in mind. This is much better than Anna actually looks already. This is already like a filtered picture. But let's see the before and after. She looks absolutely stunning. This is not Anna, but I just thought this was hilarious how amazing they got her looking here. Yeah, that's a big improvement. Now, to be fair, this doesn't look anything like her, but this woman at least looks really good. I don't even know who that one is, but she looks good. Again, I don't think that looks like Anna, but she looks really good. This one, okay, now this one actually does kind of look like her. This one, I could actually see her. If she could have achieved this look, this would have been a big improvement. Some of those others were just too crazy. Those were not. This was in the realm of possibility. I think that she could have possibly achieved this. I think this is probably the most realistic one, and that would have been a massive improvement. She would have looked really like 10 times better there. Right? Like I'm saying, like I think these pictures are maybe a little overly flattering, but they could still get her looking a lot, you know. I don't think Anna, as bad as Anna looks, I don't think she's ugly. She's not an ugly woman. If she was in good shape, she wouldn't look bad.
We need to talk. It's time for me to level up. As y'all know, I've been using a low dose of GLP-1 as part of my treatment.
There's really not much more to show after this. This is basically just a rehash of videos we've already seen. I'll let it play a little bit. And I think we're going to send you off because it's actually, we've had a good full show tonight, over 2 hours. So I think we're gonna slow it down and wind it down, folks. But I've had a lot of fun tonight. I think we had a really good segment on Anna. I think the Rosie segment was pretty fun. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'd like to thank all you folks so much for coming through. I'd also like to thank all of the channel members. I'd like to thank all the viewers, all of the subscribers. But I'd really like to thank Canada Cool tonight for especially very, very generous tonight, Canada Cool. Thank you so much for all the super chats. I really very much appreciate it. You know, if this is the content you want to see, you certainly made that clear that you enjoyed this content. So glad you enjoy it. And thank you to everybody who hopefully has enjoyed the content. You know, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to, and also be sure to share that link. That really helps a lot too, if you'd like to help out the channel a little bit. So thank you again so much. Be sure to like and subscribe. Yes, Elisa. Thank you so much. And hope you all have a wonderful evening. The chat is not always updating, so I may be missing a few of your comments at the end here. But, well, we put on the music as I say goodnight. Let me see if anybody else is on. Because I think Rose Thorne might be on. If she's on, I'll send y'all over there. I think she may have gone. I think she may have signed off for the night. Yeah, I think Rose signed off. But anyway, y'all have a great night. And I'm going to sign off too. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye, Miss Nat. And I'm sure that there's some comments I can't see. So thank you all for your comments. Good night, everybody. I appreciate them, even if I can't quite see them. Here we go. Nearly first in by Canada Cool, night all. I can't show them, but I can see them at least. Alizu, Miss Nat, thank you so much, everybody. Good night, everybody.